Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to Eben Tech Studio. Thank you very much for watching my videos on YouTube. So before we begin today's tutorial, I would like you to like, share, and then click on the notification bell, subscribe as well to get notified of any content that we put online. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the process of setting up a one camera and then a one PC for church video presentation, lyrics, and then sermon projection at church. So what this video is about is you have a one camera setup or one laptop, you want to use it to stream and then record video or do your projection at the same time. So I'll walk you through the steps in the presentation I've prepared, tell you more about the equipment you need and then what is involved. So let me walk you through the steps using this presentation file. Okay, so this is a one camera, one PC setup for church video, lyrics, and sermon presentation. So first of all, you need to have your PC. So this is my PC. So when I'm done, I will show you the specification of my PC. You need to know that your PC has to be a powerful machine, or it should be a high performing laptop. Even if it's a desktop, that is fine or okay. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm demonstrating using a laptop. Okay, so the first is your laptop, and then the second is to have your softwares installed on it. So you can have any presentation software you feel comfortable using. So I'm going to mention two of the common presentation software for this particular tutorial. So if you have Easyworship, you can install that one, download the free version or for the paid version from Easyworship website, or then you can also use Freeworship. So in other videos, I've explained what Freeworship is. They have the free version and then they have the paid version. So OBS is also free. You can download. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will demonstrate using OBS. So OBS, Open Broadcast Software, it is going to be used for the recording and then for projecting the scriptures and then the video to our screen. Okay, so once we have our laptop is connected through the HDMI to my HDMI splitter. I'm starting from this side before we include the camera because that is the basic setup we usually do. So from my laptop, I have an HDMI splitter. So from the HDMI port on my laptop connected to the HDMI splitter, and then the signal is distributed same across my three screens in the auditorium. So the three monitors are having the same output because of the HDMI splitter. So you can check in my other video the difference between HDMI splitter and then the docking station. So the three screens are mounted in my church auditorium or the congregation. So whatever is displayed here is what my congregation sees. So now that is the basic setup for any presentation that we do at church or event. So I call this one my secondary monitor. Actually, the HDMI splitter will be detected by the PC as a monitor. Then the HDMI splitter distributes the same signal across my three monitors. So now let's come to adding another display to our laptop. Because my laptop is having one HDMI port, I would want to add another monitor to my laptop so that I can use it for other purpose or display different content other than having the same duplicated screen, just like you can see on these three monitors connected to the HDMI splitter. So this HDMI splitter has occupied my laptop HDMI port, but I need to add another one HDMI screen separately for displaying scriptures and then song lyrics. So this is where my docking station comes in. So I connect the docking station to the laptop. You can find out my video on docking stations, on how to connect multiple screens to your laptop. So it's explained what the difference between the docking station and then the splitter. So once I have my docking station, I connect it via USB cable to the laptop. So the docking station serves like an extension or a hub, USB hub. So it has a lot of USB ports and then other display ports like HDMI or DVI. So I connect my third monitor. Mind you, the reason why this is secondary monitor is because your laptop screen is always primary monitor. It's a monitor on its own, just like we have a desktop and a monitor. So my monitor 1 is always my laptop screen. My monitor 2 becomes my splitter. Depending on which of them you connect first, the laptop might detect the HDMI splitter to be the secondary or the docking station to be the secondary or the third monitor. All you need to do is just a configuration in your display settings. It is not a big deal. So now I just have to connect my third HDMI monitor to my docking station. So now my PC is able to identify monitor 2 and then monitor 3. Okay, so I've told you earlier that HDMI splitter is a monitor, just like a monitor. It will not detect this the 3 individual monitors. No, once it's connected to this one, all the other monitors will be seen by the laptop as one monitor. So this one becomes a separate monitor because the laptop is able to identify this as a third monitor. So once I have this, now all what I have to do is that in my Easyworship, this is what I do in my Easyworship or Freeworship software. I set my live output to be the monitor 3. So whatever scripture or song lyrics I project goes to monitor 3, whether in Freeworship or Easyworship or any other presentation software you are using. Even if it is PowerPoint, you just have to select which monitor you would want to use for your display. You understand? So actually what will go on our secondary monitor for the live or the congregation monitor will be done in OBS. Okay, we would rather do that in OBS because we are going to bring scriptures and video in OBS, and then we push OBS output to our congregation monitor. So let's move on to the other thing that we need to do. So I said the docking station has a lot of ports, including microphone ports. So you can check out my video on how to stream sound or audio sermon using Telegram. It explains how to get sound from your mixer board and then get it into your PC, where I explained different connection types. So most of the laptops we have right now, the modern ones, do not have a separate audio input port for microphone and then your headset. So where the headset is used is same as for microphone. So usually it becomes difficult getting sound from your console or mixing board into the microphone port on the laptop, because sometimes it doesn't identify the microphone. Other times you are not able to see it at all. So you can check out for that video and then it's explained that very well. So because my docking station has a microphone input, I connect the cable right from my mixing console. Let your sound engineer get you the sound and then connect it to the microphone side of the docking station. Okay, so this is my video capture card. As I said earlier, the docking station is a USB hub as well. So I don't want to connect my HDMI capture card, which has a USB cable, directly to the laptop. I don't want the laptop to have too many connections. So I connect everything directly to the docking station. And then the docking station has a USB cable, which is only connected to the laptop. So I could have as well connected the sound from the mixer board straight into the microphone in my video capture card. But the reason why I'm using the docking station is that I actually do not know which video capture card you are using. So I assume your video capture card doesn't have support for or a feature or a port for microphone input. So I actually do it this way, directly to my docking station. It can also go directly to the PC microphone port if you are using the right connections and the right cable. And then my camcorder. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to use this small camera by very powerful camera, Canon VCR HF R800 camera. So I connect my camcorder from here to my capture card. So capture card is there to take a video feed from your HDMI output and then send it as a signal to, or a video input to the laptop. So my camera comes to the input HDMI port on the capture card, and from the capture card to the PC. But I've told you earlier, the capture card has a USB connection, so I connected directly to the docking station, because the docking station has USB connection too. So it's just like a hub. I don't want to connect everything directly to the PC. So that is what I do. So I'm done with that one. So this is my monitor 3 for displaying my scriptures. And then, so for now, just forget about this, because the video will come here and then we do the switching from video to scripture, from scripture to video, using the OBS. So whatever OBS is mixing or outputting is what will go to our audience, and then we can record or we can stream to Facebook or YouTube, or do nothing about that. We just want it to be in the audience, or we just want it to be in the auditorium. So this one is just for church video presentation. We are not going to stream this, we are not going to record this, but there is another slide that will explain that. So it says these are the various steps: connect your camcorder HDMI output into the HDMI input on the capture card. So you can pause the video and read these steps. Now let's move to the next one. So one camera, one PC setup for church presentation and streaming or recording. So the same connection, but this time around we just have to configure OBS and then include our streaming key from YouTube, generated from YouTube or Facebook. Mind you, YouTube OBS can stream to one website at a time. So it's either you stream to YouTube, or you stream to Facebook, or you stream to any other custom website you have. So this is what we are going to do. You just have to get your streaming key from Facebook or YouTube, and then include it in your OBS software. So just connect your laptop to your internet router to have internet access. Your internet access has to be strong, and then your PC performance has to be strong. It's not about streaming, it's not about recording. If you don't have a good performing PC, and then if you don't have a good internet, I hear people saying all the time, I want to stream. Check their PC. Their PC is not proper. Their PC is not, it's not advanced. It doesn't have, just do the normal thing. Don't rush to stream, or do don't rush to stream. Just get a good performing PC, good internet, and then learn about streaming without buffering, and then you'll be able to do the best. So now let me show you my PC performance. So from the laptop I'm using, I have Intel Xeon. This is my CPU, so I use Xeon. I don't use Intel the Core i series. I use the Xeon, and then it's at 2.9 gigahertz. So you can find more information about it at this place. And then when you go to the memory, I have 20 gig of memory. That is my RAM, and then I use SSD for that. Okay, so that is my SSD on which my operating system is running. And then when we come to my NVIDIA, I use NVIDIA Quadro, so of 8 gig. So that is 8 gig NVIDIA Quadro. So now let's go to the church auditorium, and then let me show you the equipment and then how the setup is being done. So right here in the church auditorium, I have 3 monitors mounted on the wall, 2 facing the audience and then 1 facing the stage. So these are the 2 monitors, and then this one faces the stage. So these 3 monitors are connected to the splitter. So 2 monitors facing the audience and then 1 facing the stage. So these 3 monitors are connected to the splitter via HDMI cable. So my HDMI cable is from the laptop HDMI port running through the trunk to the splitter mounted on the wall. So 3 monitors are connected to the HDMI splitter and straight to the control room where my laptop is located. So right here on the desk, I have the HDMI cable running from the splitter to my laptop. So you can see the screen is extended to my laptop screen is extended to the auditorium monitors. And then I have the third monitor. So this third monitor is connected to the laptop through the docking station, as I said earlier. So this is my third monitor, which I'm going to use to display my presentation lyrics and then sermon. So that is the docking station right here. Let me just pick it up and then show you. So this is the docking station. It has a HDMI port that I've connected to the monitor. So this is the USB cable connected to the laptop USB. So the docking station has this video ports. So one of them is the HDMI, and that is my third HDMI monitor connected to it. So I'm using the HDMI port of the docking station to connect my third monitor to it. So this is the secondary monitor, that is the splitter. So now this is my camera. This is what I use to take video in the auditorium. So this is an HDMI out camcorder. So I run the cable to this capture card from the HDMI of the camera to the USB HDMI capture card. So this capture card has a USB cable. Actually should have gone straight into the PC, but I said the docking station has support for multiple USB ports, so I connect it directly to any of the USB ports on the docking station. So and then from the docking station it gets connected to the laptop. So I have only one connection going into the laptop, that is the docking station's USB. So it's just like a hub or an extension of ports. So and then you could have as well connected the capture card directly to the laptop USB port. So this is how I get the sound from the mixer board. So you have to connect your sound cable to your mixer board out, and then give it to the microphone input on the docking station or your laptop. So all you need is your sound cable from your mixer board to the docking station microphone, and then I have a earpiece that I use to listen or monitor the sound. So this is the camera. It has a mini HDMI for outputting the HDMI signal, and then this is the converter mini HDMI to standard HDMI. So I connect the HDMI cable to this, and then the mini side to the HDMI camera. So this is a converter, and then this is the capture card. It has a microphone input, a USB interface for the laptop, and then it also has the inside of it is where we connect the camera into, and then this is the audio cable for the sound. This place goes into the docking station microphone, and the 2 goes to the aux stereo input on the mixer board. So this is the cable I use and I prefer to use. Alternatively, you can use the RCA phono cable for your sound, depending on what audio output connection your mixer board has. This is the HDMI cable from my splitter to my laptop. So this goes into my laptop HDMI port. So this is the docking station. It has other USB ports, and then microphone, and then head jack ports. Okay, so let's turn to the back. It has 2 video outputs, that is DVI and then HDMI. So I use the HDMI for my third monitor. So let's get to the PC and then open Freeworship and do the configuration. So right here, I've opened my Freeworship. So I will select from the drop down menu, that is the display, and then select the third monitor to be my presentation display. So from the drop down menu on show presentation, and then let's try and search for a Bible verse and then see. So I've already configured my third monitor to be my presentation display. So I double click to move on to live, and then I click on the show. So here on the output, I have my presentation showing on my third monitor. And then when you look to the screens for the audience, there is nothing showing there because that is my secondary monitor, which I didn't select to be my presentation display. So my presentation goes here on the third monitor, that is the scripture. So now let's get to how we'll be able to add our presentation display or monitor 3, which is displaying the scripture or the presentation output of Freeworship in OBS. So this is our scene, and then our scene we need to add sources. So first of all, let's add our camera source, and then that is going to be our video capture device. So our video capture device is a USB, so we are going to call it let's name it camera, and then when we are done, we click on OK. So this window shows up, and then we move on to USB video. So that is the name of my capture card, which is identified by the OBS. So when I'm done with that one, I click on OK. So now I have my camera in OBS. Now I need to add my microphone input from my docking station 2 as well. So my docking station 2 is identified by docking station microphone. So here we add audio input, and then I'll call it sound. So here I have to choose Dynadog microphone. So that is the name of the microphone of the docking station. So that is it. That's the name. So when I check the properties, I can find the name there. So now let's move on to creating another scene that when we swap between scene 1, that one is just going to be for our presentation. So this is our camera with microphone. So now we call this one presentation. We want to add source. So let's choose display device. So our display device is going to be any monitor we have connected to our laptop. And then so yeah, I'll call it Freeworship. So that is our Freeworship output. We are going to take the signal from the monitor. So yeah, I change and I choose the particular monitor. So let me choose so this is the monitor I'm having my presentation output on. So I'm looping back that presentation into OBS. So here the video or whatever content is showing on the monitor 3 will be looped back into OBS, so that I'll be able to switch between when I want to display video to the audience and when I want to show scripture. So once I'm done, I'll just click on OK, and then I can use the Control S to make sure that the content is filled to the canvas of the preview. So that is my Freeworship, and here I need to add sound too. So I want to pick the sound input, and then I use the existing sound so that even when I've switched, imagine I'm streaming, the scripture will be going, and at the same time the sound from the mixer board will synchronize with the scripture as well. So that is the same sound which is coming in. So now this is my scene 1. When I click on the transition, I move on to live, and live is programmed. So now I click on presentation, and then when I click on the transition, it switches between the videos. So these are the two main things that I will just be doing. So one is the video camera, and then when it is time for scripture or song lyrics, I'll just switch. So now let's move on to displaying song lyrics too, and then do some switching. So when I search for a song and I double click to go live, it is going to show in OBS. Actually what happens is that it moves to the display screen, that is the third monitor, and then OBS will capture from the third monitor, and then we'll bring that in my OBS. So I have the video, the camera video to be on the program side or the live side, but the preview is the one which is my presentation from Freeworship. So that is it. And then so it's a matter of just switching between the scene. So you can see I've just switched, and this is what will be displayed. You can use the transition bar to just transit between scene and then sources. So let's see how we'll be able to project from OBS program to our audience monitor, which are the 3 monitors we connected to our splitter. So first of all, we would have to right click on the program and then select full screen, and then choose your secondary monitor. In my case, it's called Samsung splitter or Samsung HDMI. And then so let's move. So here we can see whatever thing is projected in OBS is on my my audience screen. So as you can see on my program out in OBS, because I've made the full screen to be projected to my secondary monitor, I can see the camera over there because the camera source is the one on OBS program or live output. In the case where I transit from the video in OBS to my lyrics, I'll be able to see that on my audience screen as well. So yeah, I've transited from video to lyrics. Now, if you're on Easyworship 2009, open Easyworship, click on live, and then choose options, and then select your output monitor. So select your output monitor to be the third monitor. So in my case, it became the secondary monitor. Easyworship detected my third monitor to be the secondary monitor, but that is not a problem. So all you need is that the signal is going to that monitor. Now just make sure that your live button is activated and that Easyworship video output is showing on the third monitor. So now this is our third monitor showing Easyworship output. That is the scripture. So let's move on to how we'll be able to bring in this output, Easyworship output in OBS. So open your OBS. The process is same for just like we did in Freeworship, is the same thing. So over here we have already added our camera, and that was the same process as the Freeworship. So in our presentation, I will just delete or remove that and then show you how to add it again, but it's the same steps as we did for the Freeworship. So I just have to remove that, and now click on the add source. So we move to the display device, and then let's name it as Easyworship, and then let's select the source. Which of the monitors do we want? So it's our third monitor. So we are bringing that output in here as input. So now we have our presentation. You can click on Ctrl S to fill the output into the canvas. So now we have our signal in here, Easyworship here. We can transit between the video from our camera and then Easyworship output. So now let's see what we have on our audience screen. We have the scripture, and then when we transit to the video will show, but for now the program is showing the scripture. So in the part 2 of our video, we are going to look at how you'll be able to record the video in OBS or stream the presentation or the video to YouTube or Facebook. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do subscribe. Click on the notification bell to get notified of every content we put online. Like and share the video as well. And then if you are in Ghana and then you need any of this equipment displayed on the screen, make sure you contact from the USB HDMI capture card, the docking station. If you need a professional video switcher like this one, You can also do what to contact to get one for connecting multiple cameras and then adding effects to enhance your presentations and then your streaming, which will give you a better output than using a capture card, just a single capture card. And then if you need a good stereo cable for picking sound from your mixer board to your microphone input device, then make sure you contact us well. And then this cable can be customized for your use according to depending on the output or sound output your mixer board is giving you. And then if you need a stereo cable or RCA phono cable, you can also do what to contact. So please make sure you have subscribed and then click on the notification bell and then like and share the video as well. Thank you very much for watching the video. Stay blessed.